Hi, welcome to the after show for the finale of Layla Vampire Slayer Season 2. Hi, YouTube! Because you can see this. Hey there. How you doing?
Hi.
These after shows ready to go up on the Patreon for the $5 tier and above. Shilling over. Okay. How's the drinking going there, Barnaby?
Nobody died, technically.
Nobody died.
No one who wasn't dead in some capacity didn't die.
Yeah. No one died for the first time.
No main characters, because that one girl, she
did take one for the team.
She
died,
yeah.
In memoriam of Dorm Girl.
To Pokemon pajamas.
Yeah,
Pokemon pajamas.
Pokemon pajama person.
Sorry we didn't get there in time.
Yeah.
Could we have? It doesn't seem possible.
Probably not.
Not with
I
you
think
two,
she
you're
was
too
a
slow.
narrative death. That's fine. I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Telling yourself
If
that.
it had been Barnaby or Catherine or Layla running in that direction full pelt, like, maybe, because they bend story arcs of how fast they move. Because you guys roll, like, 20-something without even rolling well for your acrobatics dexterity, so...
I like the
Sometimes it
meeting
doesn't
of the
matter,
four least physically fit people all running.
It was so cute, though.
It was appropriate. It was appropriate.
I just couldn't leave Layla with Tom by herself. Like, I just knew that she would not be able to do it by herself.
Oh, yeah.
By human
Those
standards, Violet's
multiple
actually
things.
pretty reasonably fit. She's just not a super person.
Well, let's not talk about Violet. We don't know, though. We don't know.
What does she do?
I'm not sure whether
Make
it
the
was
deal.
Ra or...
That
Hoffman.
spokesperson.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Bless you.
And Tom's still out there. Can we just talk about that? We didn't actually get rid of Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Catherine's
BS. Yeah.
pretty pissed about it, and we'll probably have nightmares for the rest of her 10 years in service to Ra now about the fact that Tom is still out there. Though I would think that
That's
Ra
right.
would assure that his, I guess now owned property is going to be protected. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Ra's got an investment in keeping you alive, like you're a valuable commodity. But yeah, no, Tom, you did almost triple-digit damage to Tom, and it was a case of like, he really doesn't want the spell to fail. He's built so much time up into it, but also his main asset is he's a very clever opponent, and he'll know when it's a lost cause. Like, his chance of beating you when you did that much damage in one turn, as you start to throw off the mental effects, is just, I didn't think he had enough chance, and he would know to bug out.
Yeah, there's always another chance to kill a vampire.
Right. That's what this
I want
system's
whatever
all about,
ability
yes?
that is, though.
Got to work out how to kill fog.
He's got some of Dracula's abilities from the Buffyverse, where, you know, he can just turn into, like, bats and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
We need to fight him in an airtight container next time.
They're not
thought he
vampire
could've
abilities, they're
been.
showy gypsy magic, as, I think, referenced by Spike. When he
Oh,
said he...
yeah.
It was he could leave because he gave up ownership over the school.
Yeah,
That was
that's
my
why he was allowed to leave. Like, when he said his, like, blood and stuff and sweat and tears were in the fabric of the building, he wasn't being metaphorical.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
he
he literally,
physically
that's what
was-
I assumed.
yeah.
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 Was
Like,
that when he
physically,
built
the
it, there
building was
some kind
part of
ritual?
him, and he was part of the building, but the problem is, to exert that much ownership, the building has to exert an amount of ownership back.
He bound himself to it so he could have full use of it.
Yep.
That makes sense.
A bit like a
Time to go,
poltergeist.
You have it.
Like, a poltergeist can exert influence, but all ghosts are bound to a certain area.
Yeah.
So he'd done kind of the same thing.
That makes sense then.
Also means that that's why the tunnel stopped, because as soon as he put down the letter, all the tunnels stopped moving.
Right.
Yep.
Is
Makes
everything
sense.
just open now, or are there bits that have been sealed off, annoyingly?
Many of them are sealed off. The Hellmouth is no longer a tiny room. The Hellmouth is now a big domed room with a little pit in the center. That's the big change, because that didn't seal off.
Ah.
Well,
And a crushed metal thingy. I still don't know the dimensions of that. It was like
It was like a meter, like, sphere, like, maybe a little bit bigger, with many
spikes.
protuberances and spikes and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I was imagining it right.
Yeah, it's big, but Layla spent a good 20 to 30 minutes crushing it angrily. So I'm like, I know how strong Layla is, and she's got a buff of like +1 to all attributes at the moment from what Ra gave her. So that thing's gonna just be
yeah,
pulp.
but the +1 to all attributes didn't really actually help that much.
It gives you a +1 to all to hit rolls. It gives you +2 to punches in terms of damage. It gives you + to resist mental effects of influence.
Not 2 punches.
Punches are strength plus strength. So +1 on each strength. So like it's good, but it's an all-round good. It isn't a one area buff. It's an all-round
For
good.
damage we're talking about, yeah.
So that was the deal for.
No, that was a rider on the deal. The main part of the deal was that he was gonna prevent as much as he could the energy coming through the heaven portal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That bought us time.
Yeah.
But not much time.
Well, it was a case of like if you'd have failed and Ra had cast a spell, I said it was probably 50-50 about if Ra can just stop it entirely.
Oh man, you would have rolled for the 50-50
I'd have
or
made
something.
you roll.
Whether the hole got closed or not. Oh shit. That would have been crazy.
Yep. It's a case of like that's why Ra when he turned up was sweating and
I
stuff.
had bad
because
luck, so it probably wouldn't have gotten closed. I
Also,
had such bad luck today.
FYI, now the moment's passed. If you had ever wanted to kill Ra, that was probably the chance that you had the highest so far.
That's what I was thinking. I was sort of
I
like,
was thinking
maybe
that
I
too.
just go and deck him. Like, he's just enslaved two of my friends. He deserves at least a sore patch.
It's why I didn't teleport away.
Yeah, I know.
Just took a nice walk.
Yeah, but my worry with that is like that would have been a whole nother.
One, we were already very over time, and
Oh.
two, all of us were pretty. Like, I mean, like Imogen was sitting on what the next spell she cast would have been at a -8.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I
she
don't
was-
think it would have worked, but I'm just saying, like, if that was the moment you'd ever have had a chance, that was it.
No, we got to be clever if we're gonna take him down.
Yeah. I mean, he's on my list.
Yeah.
So hopefully before the 10 years is up.
I was tempted to have you sign a sympathetic death warrant with him, so that if, for like a day, one of you died, the other one would die. Just in case you tried to, like, fuck him up. But I was like, no, you're going into a fight. He doesn't want to do that.
I was okay. I was about to say because I thought about. So I actually private messaged Maggie because I was like, okay, what was the deal if one of us doesn't uphold our end of the bargain? Because don't think Catherine did contemplate Sunshine suicide.
Yeah, that's dark. But then
With
I think-
employment, you are fully your own agents, so you can't be held responsible for each other's actions as easily.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, if you did something, your part of the deal would be invalidated. Layla would pay the penalty for, like, time that you missed. But,
She'd have to make up for the time I got it.
yeah, and vice versa. Like, if Layla dies, then you make up for Layla's time.
Boy,
Yeah, but basically you have the whole entire summer. You're free.
Well, she's not through the summer. She's just only working, like, a normal 8
9 to
hours.
5.
Yeah.
It's just
And she gets paid, so...
It's only Layla's got to deal with the summer shift.
Yeah. And to be honest, Catherine has a relatively easy time now because getting blood in a demon dimension is easy. You don't have to raid hospitals every day.
True story.
swear to
Just
God.
buy it with kittens.
I
just
have
drink the kittens?
wondered whether I should be paying you in British pounds because technically she's British, or kittens because you're going to be working in demon dimension.
Kitcoin.
Kid coin.
It has a conversion rate to Great British pounds.
I was actually debating how many kittens is a week's pay.
That's a complicated
Oh
question.
god.
Because
Yeah.
technically a kitten is a meal, so is that like you get 3 kittens a day? Or is a kitten like a delicacy, so it's like the equivalent of like foie gras?
So like half
Oh,
a
I
kitten
see.
a day.
Maybe less than that, like it's really expensive foie gras, maybe. Or is it like a
So
different
what
quality
is one
of
kitten like
Whatever-
really
whatever you
valuable?
get-
I don't
Whenever
know.
you get like your monthly paycheck, is there just a basket of kittens left at your door?
Yeah. What do they do with the remainder? Do they round or do they just?
Yeah, chop them.
You want them fresh though.
Maybe
God.
different sized kittens. Maybe there's some smaller ones.
Maybe they never deal in halves.
Yeah, they always
or-
pay out in full kittens, or they
Yeah.
hold it in like escrow.
There's no kitten tax, so
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
Oh, and any financial transactions, the remainder, if there's a remainder, is always paid to the banking system or in tax or something. That's where Greed gets its money. The remainder of any kitten transactions.
Oh, so,
Oh,
so he's not. Would you like to round up for charity? But would you?
it's not charity, it's greed.
Yep. And then like he bears in mind these each like percentage of kitten you still owe, and when that actually hits a full kitten, you have to pay a kitten.
Oh
So
God.
Rob is the real world stock market, and Ra is the demon stock market.
Oy,
Ra's worse than
sheesh.
that. Ra's bankrolled half your parents
I
now.
know that's one of the things Ra is. He's many things.
I don't even know what to say. I'm just like,
Yeah, I'm not
It's
sure how cooperative Imogen's gonna be from now on. Like, she's not happy with what Layla did.
Honestly, I am still
Donovan.
thoroughly impressed you came out of that like completely, relatively unscarred. Like I'm shocked.
emotionally scarred.
Layla
There's a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
Layla did like 50 damage in one turn.
Barnaby was very impressive.
Yeah. Barnaby
yeah,
rocked.
he held his
Imogen and Rob were not so hot.
And
So
Layla was
much.
not.
This is it. This is the turn where I kill 2 vampires. Never mind.
Imogen's like, ah!
The problem is you're doing bullet damage, which if you're not aiming for the heart, is a 5th. If you aim for the heart and you do the kill shot, it's normal heart damage, which is like ×3, etc. But if it doesn't
But
quite
I'll
hit
miss.
the margin to hit, it's a 5th. So every time you're shooting someone not getting a kill, it's like that's 5 points of damage.
It's confusing. I don't know. I find it very confusing with the whole like to the heart thing because it sounds like you did the calculation of is it a 5th, and then you determined if that 5th was enough to kill them, as opposed to the full amount of damage was enough to kill them.
So the way it works for the heart is that you ignore the multiplier because of its slashing or bullet factor. Vampires don't take that anyway. And then you do ×3, which is the same you do with a stake against them.
Yeah. So it was at like 70 something damage, but then you were like,
Yeah.
and then it's
And then it's a
bullet
5th
damage, and
because
so then
it's-
you factored
It's still
in the
bullet damage,
multiplier?
but you don't do the multiplier from it. So you do that 5th afterwards. And then if that hits the margin, then they take that damage and instantly get dusted. But if it doesn't hit the margin, it counts as a normal shot.
So
'Cause
they
it counts as missing
the
heart.
70 odd damage wasn't going to kill them.
No, you have to still 5th it because it's bullet damage that they're resistant to.
See, that's where I'm confused because it sounds like you're not supposed to do that, but then you're saying you are. Do you understand why I'm
Yeah,
confused?
no, I see.
You're like, you don't do the modifier, but then you do the
No,
modifier.
Instead of using
You're saying
the modifier that's innate on bullet damage, because bullet and slashing have an innate double damage, and heart
So
says
you don't do the increase modifier, but you
Yes.
do the decrease modifier.
But basically,
See,
it's
that's
instead
why
of the ×2,
bullet
you do a
damage is
×3,
terrible.
because that's what heart is. It's ×3.
Yes. Why are you shooting bullets, Rob? They're useless against vampires.
They're great against everything else.
Yeah.
They are great against everything else. Very few things have armor that's resistant to
You
bullets.
live and learn. Now we know.
What's
Rob-
the name of the show?
He was like, "Hey, do you want your stakes to be bullets?" I'm like, "That sounds great. I like bullets."
You remember those spider demons you were shooting that were like
Of
inside
course,
people?
EE is going to be like, would you want to make your thing this?
Hey, you remember the bad moment with them? Do you remember that thing with the spider demons that were inside people?
Yeah, but the people were inside.
It was like people flesh with a spider demon inside, and anytime you hit them or slashed them, it did lots of damage to the outside, and then the spider demon came out in a second form. And Rob was shooting them, and I was like, yeah, they're just dead because they take extra damage versus bullets, because the bullet goes into the actual spider.
So I guess it depends on what we're killing.
Yeah.
But that's like the one-off. Most of the time, we are Layla the vampires.
At
in the
the
title.
time, we were in a long streak of killing not vampires.
Yeah, for a long time you've been killing non-vampires, and most armor is ineffective versus bullets. Most armor is half versus
we're
bullets.
killing like demons, I guess. But
Yeah. They take normal bullet damage most of the time.
Yeah, I'm not good against vampires.
yeah, I guess it's just next time knowing like what we're up against and what to use against it.
Well,
I
that's
should
where you
probably
got the
just make
magnet
2
glove,
kinds
I
of
thought.
steak.
So you could just like magnet whack things
I
with
still
other
have
things.
that iron stake. I was looking at my inventory to see like what kind of things I have, but I really didn't have anything other than stakes and iron stakes and holy water.
Is that the one you used against Pennymere?
That was
Guys,
a
I still
knife
have a
that
tiny
broke.
Cupid bow.
You have a tiny cupid bow?
I still have a tiny Cupid bow. And an evil book. I don't know which evil book this is. I think
I think it's the evil book you got the blood spell from, maybe?
I think so.
I've still got various bits of demons and stuff that
I also have the blowtorch.
Of angels.
That was Dadbert's, right?
Yeah, but I never give it
think we
back.
should give
I
it
still
back.
have it.
Are you sure? Because narratively...
I have it in my inventory as blowtorch.
No, but yeah, narratively you never had a chance to get back because we kind of went from one moment to another. Would you have given it back? It's up to you.
I mean, I have it in my inventory. I'd say no because I like the idea of having a blowtorch on
Okay.
hand.
Dadbert will definitely want the blowtorch back.
Yeah, just because he wants it doesn't mean he's gonna get it.
Yeah,
Sure.
come get it, Dadbert.
But he fights
broke.
fire demons. Why would he want a blowtorch?
The blowtorch broke. I don't know what you're talking about. We don't have one
Yeah,
anymore.
this is why no one likes your team.
This is why no one likes you.
This is why we can't have nice things.
And this is why anyone who
or
doesn't
is
deal
this
with
why
you...
we
No
have nice
weapons.
things?
And I've tried one time to have weapons.
It's not a game about weapons. It's very much a game not about weapons. Like,
Yeah,
the
but
only reason that-
blowtorches are cool.
Yeah, the only reason that Robert has a weapon is because he's a super scientist, and the only reason Barnaby ever has a weapon is because he's human and sucks. And even then,
Yeah.
even
You
then,
see him, he
Layla does
sucks.
huge amounts of damage and out-damages everyone, despite you all in theory being equal heroes now.
I don't know. He's pretty close to me now.
No, not
Except for
even.
your couple
I had to
lords.
spend so many drama points, and
Yeah.
if I didn't have the shotgun, I wouldn't have been able to do half.
What's your
of that.
dexterity,
Drama
Barnaby?
pointed like everything he could in that fight.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
drama point every single round, at least more than one.
And
for,
Righteous
like-
Well,
Fury.
I
You
only
get plus
hit-
and I had
15s.
Righteous Fury
I
from
only
the
hit 2
beginning.
punches, really. The rest of my stuff.
50 damage, yeah.
Against a vampire lord of the Crusade era.
I still have 13 drama points though.
I've got
Yeah,
6.
like,
I started out with 18 and I gained like 2 this episode. And the only thing I ended up using them on is the defense because like that was like I have to not get hit. That is way more important to me.
yep,
It's the least drama points I've ever had. I'm on 6.
I'm on 5. What is this feeling?
Yeah.
I started with 3. I used mine very quickly.
Mm.
That's why I'm so stingy with it, because I don't get very many.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were getting them left and right whenever, before you guys became heroes.
You should do fan art more often.
I should.
And witty quips.
Well, it's also because you always have these vulnerable moments, Barnaby, because of your tragic love and stuff, and I deliberately hook you on that every time, so I'm also more sympathetic that your drama should gain drama points because I'm deliberately tripping you up at every stage. So, yep.
Yeah.
Emotions.
Speaking
Best
of Barnaby and tragedy, the James situation,
Oh, that
and
spell was
also Imogen being part of that.
Awkward.
Yeah, you know that
Yeah.
Polaroid
Oh, yeah.
that the vampire had?
Mm-hmm.
If you just rip that Polaroid up, James would cease to be...
Oh,
I knew there was something
Fuck.
significant about those.
It was the spell
I-
that Dawn casts in one of the episodes where it resurrects her mum, and she walks to the door, and then they rip up the Polaroid just before she gets to the door.
Oh yeah, right before she comes
Someone
in.
else mentioned it in chat, and I'm glad that Josh didn't see it, because I was like, "Ooh, that's spoilers. Don't hopefully don't see that."
Yeah, if you rip the Polaroid up,
But when you walked away, I was like, "Oh, he didn't know. He didn't see."
James would have ceased to actually have exited grave, and like the show where there's no sign, he'd have been back in his grave, no sign whatsoever he'd ever got up.
Yeah, but there's also something really beautiful about the
This is
closure
way
this
more
time around.
dramatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the gooey zombie hug.
Oh.
I was like,
Gross.
all right, so he gets up, he's in whatever state he's in. 6 months. Oh, that's the juicy stage.
I don't know. After 6 months, I don't think, especially after embalming, it doesn't happen that quickly.
It happens quite
But
quickly.
your
So after, like,
I
a
don't
year,
know,
you're meant
your
to
skin
be,
would
like,
probably
mostly
be like
just
kind
bone.
of mushy.
Thought it was slower than that. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
I
though,
think it was
yeah.
Anyways, gooey zombie hugs are Barnaby's new thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, Imogen's out.
It's like, Barnaby's like, Imogen, would you mind, like...
Nope, not okay.
Oh,
Not okay.
Do you want to
No
decay a
problem.
little bit
You
for
need to go to
me?
a therapist.
Don't end that sentence.
You know in Bob's Burgers when she has the zombie dreams? That's
Yep. I mean,
I love
Catherine's
Buffy.
technically dead.
you're in.
Oh, girl,
You're in
get it.
If you're really into all that jazz, just a
Stars
technicality.
You're just not dead enough.
Lauren looks
Which is
so
the thing,
uncomfortable
and everyone's
right
gonna
now.
have made out with everyone in the show. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so, question. After the camera panned away, Layla, Catherine, and Violet are in the same room. Did anything happen?
Not from Layla's perspective.
What?
I mean, Catherine has 7 days to fulfill everything she wants to for 10 years.
No, you're just employed for 10 years.
So I get to come and go from this like other dimension.
You work 9 to 5.
Yeah, it depends. It depends where he can still choose where you're working. You might have to go work in like exotic locations or remote dimensions. But if you're working in like his shop, that's like a 20-minute walk from the school, give or take a dimensional portal. So yeah, like in that case, depending on where you're stationed, you've got 2 days a week off. Like you just have a normal 9 to 5 job. Hours vary.
Yeah, it's not normal.
Normal.
But you have a 9 to 5 job.
Normal. No, probably not. I mean, who's really in the mood after all that?
Violet.
Yeah, okay, but Violet's
always in the mood.
Yeah.
And there is such thing as self-serving, so sometimes she's just gonna have to do the hard work herself, you know what I'm saying?
This is why the group haven't searched her bedroom too hard.
God.
definitely not.
I assume you went dancing the other night, though, afterwards.
Oh, yeah, the dancing thing had to happen, and probably shopping, too, because God knows what Charity was actually wearing.
Oh, and the DJ will have been there.
Oh, the DJ.
He'd have probably giving you side eyes the entire time. Do I recognize you?
I don't remember you. I'm also thinking, like, I'm sure she probably did all the things. She cut her hair. Like, I love that idea that Layla was like, this is a chance for you to be something totally different. You're not Catherine. You don't have to be Charity. You are who you want to be. This is kind of restart point. And I think that's actually really what
is the name that you would pick?
I don't know. I kind of
Kathy?
wanted to leave it as, I don't know. Oh, yeah, it could be.
Maybe?
I could ship the hell out of it myself. Yeah, I guess it would be Catherine and Charity.
Cavity?
Katie?
Katie.
I like Katie. That's so sweet.
Katie the sleep-ire.
Yeah, Katie. That's brilliant.
Why are you gonna make it so metal?
It sounds more like Sabrina the witch.
Katie, the vampire slayer.
Yeah.
Lauren.
And she only spells it with one I, not an IE.
Oh no, did she put a little heart above the eye?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, she's feeling like
Gel
really
pen.
into it. It's I at the end.
Made a
2
terrible
eyes?
mistake.
You know
It's
that
a little
makes-
much.
This is too much.
It's too much. Too far. You went too far.
2 eyes are too much.
Shovel emotes.
Oh, is that for digging up your boyfriend again?
No.
We set him on fire now, so that can't happen.
Yes.
You can try digging up ashes. I don't think you can resurrect those.
Hey, you can use
Really?
ashes for things.
Yeah, what spell system is this? This isn't D&D.
This is going to keep happening.
Also, D&D has some weird components that you use for magic.
This is true.
Next time they use that spell, it's just like a disembodied like fluff of dust just flying around.
I'm not hugging that.
James is like, just let me leave.
I'm not hugging
It's
that.
not my fault. It's EE's. That is what Barnaby would say. Breaking the fourth wall.
I've got something
Like
here. There we go. Oh dear.
He,
Sorry, that
you have
was-
plans for what season 3 is going to be like?
I have plans exactly what the opening scene is, and it involves Imogen in the bathroom.
Oh God, why?
Because
Why?
that bathroom just shows up over and over again.
Oh my God.
Right.
I'm going to set it on fire.
Are we doing grades?
We could do, but it's too late now.
Hmm.
What grades does Catherine get? Does she get her O levels?
She's probably not on the list of students.
Not anymore. She was a long time ago, though.
I don't think
I get
there's
Catherine to help
any
me with
exam
all my homework.
for you to do.
Yeah, that's what happens. Catherine helps. Yeah, Catherine loved to be a good student.
Catherine's like, okay, Layla, so where's your abacus?
Not that old.
It's not that old. She's only
That's what Violet's like.
Okay, Catherine's like, right, where's your log table?
Yeah, right. Yeah, where's your
Slide
table?
ruler.
Yeah,
But
log
she
tables
was
and
going
slide
to be a
rulers.
doctor for Pete's sake. She was smart. I know she wanted to do really. So I don't know what EE's thought was, but I always loved the idea that what she really wanted to be was a watcher. She never wanted to be a slayer.
Ooh.
And then the watchers turned on her.
Ah,
And they ruined everything. That's why she studied so hard and wanted to do the academic thing and not the fight thing. They destroyed all of her dreams.
Look at us. I can just see the gears.
The wheels turning. Yeah.
No, my
Yeah.
wheels currently are turning on the alternate timeline where Catherine never turned. Like, Catherine would become, like, an older Slayer. She'd be like, I want to teach other Slayers, and then she'd start mentoring potential Slayers as, like, a Watcher Slayer. It would be so badass.
Yeah, that was like the
This
thought
episode-
is like she didn't want to be like I always thought that Catherine didn't want to be the chosen Slayer. When she found out there were such things as Watchers, she thought that was way cooler. And then they turned out to be a bunch of dickheads and misogynistic assholes.
Okay. But that is probably a good place for us to end the after show. So thank you very much for watching the show and enjoying the series. I hope you all enjoyed it. Hi, YouTube. Welcome to an after show. These are what they're like.
Thank you guys so
Except
much for a wonderful
topical.
season.
Thanks for letting me be involved in the end. At least I only had 4 episodes of drama.
And also a lot of references like, who is this person? This is Ra. He's a demon sorcerer.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Also
There's always just
Rasputin.
the. Well.
Also helped the rise of the Nazi party.
Yeah, he's swell.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he's bad. And Peachy and 8-Bit for joining as well.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I still remember the Dylan fan art we have for
Oh, yeah.
his character. Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen that, Dot, have you?
I mean, I watched the little slideshow.
Have you seen like the really ripped guy with like the briefs?
Yeah.
That's Dylan's character.
Sex robot.
That's the sex robot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, thank you for watching and bye.
Bye.